Only the truth.
Hey, well, Wallace, look, we're gonna do like we're gonna do like they do in the court of law. Here's the Constitution.
Yeah.
So, only the truth shall be told today.
Yeah, we are also asking you guys to make sure that you guys are registered to vote.
Yes.
Y'all see what's happening right now with our country and everything else. So if we could get our people registered to vote, some people say don't vote. I say we should vote, because if we don't vote, it's just like the lottery. When the lottery is big, if you don't play it, you can't win it. If you ain't in it, you can't win it.
But you know how many? What's the odds on winning the lottery?
That's
voting,
not the problem. That's not the problem.
Voting is somebody died to give you that right to exercise your right to vote. You know, Wallace, I looked at the statement Trump made against Congress, the Congress people that went against him, and he said that they should be hung for treasoning. You know, you got to ask yourself what type of man we have in the White House.
He should be in the line of fire for all the treason that he's doing.
Well, but
you know,
you got people going along with that, and we got to also talk about our Congressman Clay Higgins, y'all, on the show today, because it was crazy.
Let's get into.
Let's go ahead, Chris. What we got?
What our guest is really here for today. If you get off that phone,
I was texting y'all. I'm texting y'all actually. So what's our first topic? Because I know last time the time went so fast, and we have a little bit more time today. So what are we going to start off with?
Let's talk about the Truman. Let's talk about the Truman school now.
The thing of it is,
and the proposal of Truman.
Wait. That should be the secondary.
Mm-hmm.
The first dairy is he wanted to talk about the bingo that he's gonna have and stuff like this here. We're gonna take it in line. All
right, well, let's go.
Quit speeding. You know, you're gonna get a ticket. Speed.
So the bingo actually is gonna happen on December the 7th. We're really excited. It's gonna be a variation of our first Sunday. For those of you that's coming to celebrate birthdays on first Sunday, we're gonna start at 5:00. The bingo is gonna start at 2:00. Really excited. We're going to announce the prizes on next Tuesday. I'm going to tell y'all now, we got the 10 prizes.
It's awesome.
Yeah, there's some awesome prizes. And there's going to be a limited amount of people that's going to come in. We can't mention prices, but I would get my ticket right now if I was you, because it's going to be really impressive on the prizes we're going to have. It's going to be at 2:00 on December the 7th. It's to support the Downtown Convention Center and Truman Elementary that we're going to talk about a little bit. We're going to do it once a month, and just really excited to have partnered with groups that are supporting our initiative for the first Sunday concept. But last time we had a book by Clifton Chenier. We're going to have some local guests going to be coming in. I know Mr. Hot Topic is on one of our future agendas.
Yes.
You know, local talent that we just have a safe space to go to, chill out. If you're celebrating a birthday party, no cost involved, just come on in. Great music by the sold out to Oscar Narcisse, and we're just really
Hold up. I thought you said you were going to have some talent. I thought you was going to have some talent there, man.
It's his alter personality, because he even had music trivia at the last one. Oh, he had music trivia. He had him jumping out their chair at the last one.
Oh, yeah. They was all out front. Hey, I know this one. Well, name it. Oh, I forgot.
So he got a twin?
His
He
son,
had a doppelganger or something? I mean, you sure?
he got a son that he done trained.
Oh, that kind of look like him.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I understand.
Hey, but listen. We had a real great time on the last first Sunday, y'all.
Yes.
If you miss it, you miss it. But I did a post on Facebook on the event, and man, we had some people that tagged it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to December the 7th. We're going to have a holiday theme. It's going to be, we're going to have the Christmas tree up. It's going to be a very beautiful holiday decorations. If you have family in town, if you're just hanging out, come on by the Downtown Convention Center. 2:00 for the bingo, 5:00 for the first Sunday event. And of course, we always have a little something to eat and refreshments.
Oh yes.
You know, I like the part where you said it's safe environment.
Safe, very
I
safe.
like that when you said safe environment.
Right.
That way people can understand they can come out and not have any issues.
Right. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, well, that's the only reason why I go, because when I go there, it's always good security.
Yes.
You know, and the security there, you know, they make sure that everything is going good. The only thing I had, one of the security didn't want me to park in the front of the place.
Yeah, but it's all good.
But the
There's
thing
no
of it is,
VIP parking, man. What you talking
but
about?
the thing of it is, I had to bring the trail in.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know,
That's right.
and you gonna tell me I gotta park it? No, you can't park the trailer on the parking lot. You gotta park it in
Right
the front
there,
to
that's
unload
right.
it.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
Hey, but you know what? You know what's amazing? And this is the thing. When I could see grandmothers come and have a good time.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that we don't see too much
well,
of, Mike.
that's the reason why I
know,
said safe space.
Yeah, the grandmothers came out and had a great time.
Yeah, so it's our first Sunday, old school, December the 7th at 5 p.m. We're really looking forward to it, guys. We're going to have some great music. We're going to have some refreshments. We're going to have Oscar North seats and Little Russ. And we're going to have some the holiday decorations. We have a beautiful Christmas tree up. You want to come take some Christmas pictures with your family? Come on over. We got a huge tree. I don't know if you've ever seen the tree in the downtown convention center for Christmas, but it's 12, 14 feet. It's a huge live tree. So
are you gonna have a black Santa Claus there?
absolutely. And the you know, Karen got all them little black figurines, but what's the one? The little guys that stand up, Soldier Boy.
The little soldier, yeah.
got that too this year.
So it's good. You know, Christmas is the time where it's a family event. Families need to come together. You know, right now, man, we have so much times where we're so busy and we don't come together.
That's right.
This is a time for us to come together, Mike, and enjoy.
Brother Paul, you have something to say?
Brother Paul want to say something. Brother Paul.
Hey, that tree dead or alive? You said live tree.
It's a live tree or is it a?
It's a live tree. But look, we water that tree. We talk to that tree. That tree gonna be up to Mardi Gras.
That's good.
Okay.
Hey, that's Christmas year round. You need to have it year round. Some of these folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, some people need cheer.
Yeah.
Year round, especially from the things that they're going
Yeah,
through right now.
absolutely.
So this event that's going on at the downtown convention center, you know, like I said, we talked about
free.
It's free. Okay, well, it's free.
Well, but we got to remember, we do
Let
have a
Mike
price for
finish
the
talk.
for the
The bingo. Oh no,
Yeah.
the bingo you gotta have a
Don't
ticket.
don't
Don't mix up the two.
don't mix
Don't
up
mix
the
up the
two.
two.
Yeah, that's what I don't want to happen right now.
you're
Well,
right.
well, I was going to allude to that when Chris said it was free. I was going to make sure we had the distinction between
Yes.
The two
between- so,
events. Yeah.
so
Yes.
the bingo itself is not free.
No.
So
Yeah,
go ahead, brother.
yeah, say yeah. It's free, but we take y'all donation.
Well, that's always the thing.
That's right.
So, Chris, so after the downtown event on December 7th, what else you have on the pipeline that's coming down?
So the big thing we have is the warrants clinic that's going to be going on. We want to let everybody know that if you have an outstanding warrant in Lafayette, Louisiana, in city court or in the 15th Judicial District, the warrant clinic is going to be on December the 6th from 10 to 3 at Progressive Outreach Community Center. And what we're going to do, there will be no arrests, there will be no issues when you come to the building. I'm going to give you a number to call. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to get you to get this warrant lifted off of your record. So if you have a misdemeanor, if you have a traffic violation, if you have, whatever you may have had, and you want to get it taken off of your record, we want you to call 337-366-1227. And again, there's no cost for any of this. We have attorneys coming in that's coming to help us. We have it's being sponsored by the NAACP, Vote, All for One Foundation, the Village 337, Speaking to Inspire, Lead Louisiana, Black Voters Matter, and the Gray Institute. The Gray Institute is a gentleman by the name of Anzada Alexandria, Louisiana, that now travels the United States of America to get people from being underneath these warrants. Our people are disproportionately playing this this monetary game as it relates to the courts. Meaning
They don't show up.
they don't show up, but the courts have also monetized it, right? They said, well, Chris, you got 6 months, but you don't have to do your 6 months if you pay $25 a week and you go to this class, but it's all their friends. If in Lafayette Parish, for instance, with these programs, we've been in trouble twice. 2 district attorneys have been in trouble.
We got a DA going to prison.
Yeah, with these programs that monetizes this stuff with their buddies. It's a money grab, right?
Yes.
And so warrants is something that people should not be looking over their shoulder. They get scared if they get stopped because they think, man, I wonder when I had that ticket about 5 years ago, they put a bench warrant out for my arrest. They don't go away. You have to clear up your record. And this clinic is going to allow you to clear up your record. No money involved. We're going to have entertainment. We're going to, as a matter of fact, they told me to talk to Asa to come DJ that day. And that's a paying gig.
Make sure you check the warrant before you walk in the door.
We're gonna have child care. We're gonna have a food truck out there and community resources. No cost to anyone. We just want people to feel comfortable. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know someone that have a warrant, have them call, and you're in Lafayette Parish or the 15th Judicial District, which is Lafayette, Vermilion, and Acadia, please have them call 337-366-1227. That's 337-366-1227.
Now, let me ask you something, Chris. You might be able to answer the question, and you might not be able to answer the question. Say I got a ticket in New Iberia, and New Iberia got a warrant on me. Would this here help me clear?
No, because this is being done through the judges in the 15th Judicial District. Evidently, they have meetings. It was Judge Raul Coben went in and presented to them. They all agreed to participate in this. And then he also talked to, Brother Hans and him talked to city court judges that agreed to participate in this. So the jurisdiction is defined for the 15th Judicial District and the city of Lafayette for those. Now, doesn't mean we can't do one in Iberia Parish, but it has to be specific to each jurisdiction.
Because that's where the power is. That's where these people are here.
Okay, now if you got warrants here, it'll take care of the warrants here,
but not.
And you have to deal with something else. Would that hinder you from getting what you have to get done here in Lafayette? Get a warrant off of you in Lafayette? Would that hinder you if you got a warrant in New Iberia?
No, you just made
They're not gonna pick you up from New Iberia.
No, and that's one of the things that Anza said keeps a lot of people away, is that they believe that, particularly with everything that's going on in the country now, that if this some kind of thing
Set up.
Yeah. And we have talked to all of the parties involved, and everybody agreed that the people that show up that day, once you call that phone number, they're gonna go. It's gonna be an actual court. They're gonna go through the actual proceedings and go through the paperwork necessary to resolve these outstanding warrants. But we will not be taking people. We don't want people just to show up that day, right? We want you to be able to call this number. That way, all this paperwork can be in order. All you got to do is look at on social media. Just do the Warrants Clinic in Lafayette. It's all over social media. Talk to one of the members of the group that was mentioned. Or you can call 337-366-1227. And we want to try to get 100 people that we're trying to help.
So let me ask this question. And you made mention a few minutes ago that this is for those that have warrants. So let's say someone has a warrant out of another jurisdiction and they see this and decide they want to go set up at the building, and as people are pulling up, they recognize them and snatch them. We have something in place with the judges here, or say that's not going to happen?
That's not going to happen.
It's not going to be allowed?
Right. It's not going to be allowed.
I just want people to understand that, please.
It's not a setup.
It's not a setup.
So please, it's not ICE
And
No,
Hans,
It's not an ICE type thing.
Well-
So,
and Hans, the national guru on this addressed. When we had our training, he told us to address exactly what you just said. He said, "Look, guys, I'm all over the country." He's from Alexandria, Louisiana, but he actually lives in California now. But he travels the whole U.S. during these warrant clinics because it's such an issue. He said, "But please let people know that once we get these agreements to go into an area, there will be no arrest, there'll be no sting, there'll be no ICE, there'll be no setup to try to get somebody. We're not allowing other jurisdictions to come in and scope out and see what's happening."
okay. All right. So you got anything else on that particular? Okay. I want to piggyback on something, not in Lafayette, but in Opelousas. There's an expungement
Mike.
clinic.
Would you talking to the mic, please?
Yes. The expungement
Yeah,
clinic,
there's an
yes.
expungement clinic on December 9th at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Yamberley building in Opelousas. And if anyone wants the address, it's 1939 West Landry Street in Opelousas. It's going to start at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's going to go till 2. From 10 a.m., it's going to be an application completion. So you got to do the application. And then at 11 o'clock, it's going to be an orientation. And from 2 to 12, paperwork and pre-registered applicants. So expungement clinic, December 9th, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Yamberley building in Opelousas. So what Chris is putting out is for the warrants, to get those warrants cleared up. Now, if you've been convicted of certain crimes and misdemeanors, and maybe even felonies, there's an expungement clinic. And let me tell you something, people. If you need to try to get something expunged off of your record, some type of crime, you need to go to this expungement clinic, because I'm telling you, it's expensive and
Get
it's
it
a
done.
game. Just like Chris alluded to about the fines, rather than going to jail, it's a money racket. Because you're supposed to be able to do an expungement yourself and drop it off at the courthouse. The first thing they're going to ask you is, who's representing you? So they will not talk to you, deal with you, because they want it, I guess, to go to a lawyer or whatever. So if this is your opportunity to go to get the warrants taken care of, for one, right? And now the warrant, will the warrants be canceled, or will they be reset for a court date?
So no, court will be convened that day.
Okay.
The judges will be at Progressive that day.
It'll
And
clear,
so
it'll
instead
clear
of-
up that day.
Yeah, and let's say that.
Excuse me. Let's go to the call. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the Community Matters Show.
Good morning, sir. Thank y'all for the information that y'all putting out. It's very much so needed. Mr. Williams, good job, sir. I've been talking to judges in St. Andrew Parish for years now about the bill bond situation. As I go sit in court and watch judges rain out $1 million worth of bonds in one day, and it bill bond will go somewhere from 10 to 12%. So every $1 million worth of bonds, you're looking at $100,000 coming out of the local poor community. As you know, in the real estate industry, the government has lowered the commission on real estate sales to 2 to 3% now, but we still have bill bonds running around here at 12%. We have senior citizens putting up their homes and their properties for collateral to get their loved ones out of jail. Since y'all started this program, is that a way where we can try to tie this into to get the local district attorneys to create something to help people with these bill bonds? Because this is the new casino in the black community.
That ain't gonna happen, I don't think.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's all regulated through, not through the judges, but through the legislature.
Legislature,
So that has to go through your state legislator, Timmy Chasson, whoever, bring that to his attention, because the bail bonding business is a very competitive business. It's dog eat dog. They will fight each other for whatever. And I can honestly tell you, I used to know a couple of bail bondsmen when I was in law enforcement. They would meet the clients at the jail, and they're wearing all these rings and these big chains, and
Yes.
come to find out that was all collateral that people put up that lost, right? And they're doing property bonds, and they're doing non-movable movable bonds for cars, motorcycles. So, sir, I totally agree what you're saying, and but that's going to have to go through your state legislator for them to tackle. And I think it's a good idea that maybe you contact, like I said, State Representative
Timmy
Timmy Chanson or
Dustin Miller,
Dustin Miller or
Gerald
even
Boudreaux,
Gerald Boudreaux to talk about these issues, because believe it or not, we're the ones getting arrested, so that's where all the money's coming from.
Let me say this, y'all. When it pertains to people with felony backgrounds, expungement, you know, a lot of times we don't go get the job because the first thing they say, oh, when we do the background check, you got a felony on your record. That needs to be expunged, okay? So you can get that record expunged for free. Go ahead on and do that, young men and ladies. Don't let that thing keep carrying you from years and years and years down the line, just holding you down. You know, get them records expunged.
Yeah, thank you for the call, caller. That was a very good observation on what needs to be done in the community, in our culture of people, because we're always being attacked.
And we not just be.
What you got, Paul?
When you come to bond, that's not to punish the people. That's to make sure they show up to court. And I think the federal still, they don't do the either gonna lock you down and go to the community. If you threaten the community, they might not give you no bond at all.
Well,
but they don't charge bond in the federal court.
Right, but you're absolutely right. And Paul, I want to bring up, based upon your point, Paul, I want to bring up this point. And we know that we moved backwards. We were very progressive in that, you know, trying to address the fact that Louisiana per capita was the most incarcerated place in the world. And then we reverted back with some recent criminal justice reform issues that were scaled back. But the discussion is exactly what Paul is talking about. More progressive communities are taking away those things that are predatory. What they're doing is that they're making these people go to classes that their friends have, go to anger management and all these other classes that their friends have, and it's a money grab. The whole bond thing is being rethought of in communities, because if you have a job, if you have a family, and you sign, you know, you're going to go to court today. You don't want to
like
be
a
looking
promissory
over.
note.
It's a promissory note.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what happens? You know what the rich people do? You know what the people connected do? They can get an OR. OR, you can get your own reconnaissance. But that's only for people who are what? In the know. But if John is living off of San Antoine Street, he don't know nobody. You know, then you have to do what's been talked about here. You know?
Well, you know, we had an OR clerk here at one time,
but they got rid of it.
They got rid of it because you know, he was
one of us.
He was one of us, and he was dealing with us. So they hurried up and got rid of that. And on last week we brought up the skin game. You know, it's funny how everybody want to play the skin game when it comes to us, and you could tell who we are. You know, and you could tell who they are. And even when it come down to the news, when somebody get in trouble on the news, you don't hear their name right away. But one of us get in trouble,
our picture on
our picture is constantly being plastered on TV. All our background then been investigated within look like 10 or 15 minutes. You know.
Well, you know, all they got to do is go on the computer and pull up that background.
No, they won't pull up like that.
Huh?
No, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen?
No.
But let me say this.
Wait. Let Mike finish.
No, I'm just saying that's not going to happen. The only way a person who's in the system convicted of certain crimes, only one crime, and that's sex offenders. And go to sex offender registry, Louisiana sex offender registry, type in that person's name, that'll pop up. That's the only thing you'll see. The other records, you know, are not public like that. Or you can go to the courthouse and look at a particular person. But that's how that works. Not online. That's not going to happen.
All right.
Let me just suggest this, and because we're talking about such an important topic, and I know that basically what we're saying is that we have too many brothers and sisters that are getting intertwined in this criminal justice system,
That shouldn't be there.
and people
Amen.
are being pillaged. You go to this place, you pay $25 a week for 30 weeks. You go pay $100 here. And all I'm saying is that at some point, we have to be able to give these people a chance. We have to be able to tell the district attorneys, we need you to work with us for these first-time youth offenders. Mm-hmm. If we have a youth offender between the ages of 10 and 18, what is your district attorney office doing, Brother Wallace, to make sure that that person doesn't become an habitual criminal, right?
Right.
What type of intervention? Because we may be able to save that child. Or are we saying lock them up and throw away the key, right? And that's the question is, that's where we are.
Let me say this, Chris. We got, first of all, the reason how come we got so much problems in our community is because we got so many dysfunctional households where parents allow kids to take control. Back in the days, the kids didn't take control. Our parents were the ones that's called the shots. Okay? We need to go back to that way of thinking, man. We can continue to say that we need the judges to do this, we need the DA to do this. But you got to realize when it's all about money, that's what it is.
I want to bring up Truman in this case, guys, because we started off, and then I want to make sure, and I want to tell my mom, Rita Williams, happy birthday. Her birthday was on the 19th.
All right.
So happy birthday, Rita May. Really, the big 85.
What? God,
Yeah.
no.
Same
I
age
thought
as
she,
my
I thought she
mama.
was. I thought she was younger than that.
85.
No, Chris just look older than that.
Yeah,
That's
especially lately, this past year. So we acquired, our nonprofit acquired the old Truman Elementary. We found out during the history, and we're going to get a lot of history about, the Ed Rubens, the L.R. Broussards, the Lau Moutons, the people who attended the school. But there were 4 schools that was built in the late 50s and early 60s that basically dealt with education and began the integration process. Paulboro, Truman, Alice Boucher, and J.W. Falk. And J.W. Falk. All of those schools, with the exception of Truman, is the original building is no longer there. And I say all of those schools. I'm counting J.W. Falk because J.W. Falk is still there, but they're about to build a new J.W. Falk right behind it, and they're going to tear
on the
down
auction block.
They're going to tear down the one in the front.
Yeah.
So that means that the only historical school
It's Truman.
will be Truman Elementary. And I want to tie in the fact that we have this 50,000 square foot of space, and we have this criminal justice, we have these after school programs that we're talking about. We as a community have to begin to say, what are we going to do for our communities from Azalea Park to Paul Davis Park, right? Where our young people are. And Brother Wallace, I'm talking about when they tried to say that Upper Lafayette, they didn't include that area.
No.
They wanted it to be north of I-10, right? But the traditional north side, what programs can we bring to the Truman School to teach these young brothers and sisters in the summer months? Basically, we know that summer recreation programs, everybody's kind of been dismantled. We have 3 p.m. in the afternoon till 8:30 at night. Where are these children gone? Where are these young people? What kind of, if they have an interest in doing this podcast stuff, why can't we put a room there? If they have an interest in doing we just talked to Jackie yesterday. We're going to do an egg farm with Southern University to do forestry and agriculture. My point is that we're going to take that building and we're going to have programs that will be able to talk about because we don't want to just talk about the problems.
Yeah.
We want to say
Be about the problems. Be about
We want to
the solutions.
identify.
Yeah, be about the problems. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the caller. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the Community Matters Show.
Good morning to the guys who say Community Matters. Tell them, look, I heard y'all talking about the issues that we as black people are having in this country. do you agree that the government has designed all this for black people to stay in suffrage and keep us at the bottom and do all the things y'all mentioned?
Well, this is what we're trying to do now. Change the mindset of the people that was programmed into the wrong atmosphere or the wrong direction the way that we are now.
So how are you programming it if you keep pushing them in the system that's designed to keep black people in these kind of situations?
We
I
changed
know a lot of y'all gonna say, well, our ancestors died to do it, our ancestors did this, but I can guarantee you if our ancestors was alive still watching black folks fight for their voting rights, fight for their civil rights, and matter of fact, fight for their human rights, they would tell us, leave these white folks alone, get together and stop working for them and work for us. Look, I agree with 70% of the things that y'all saying, but y'all always got to include a politician. And that's where we go wrong. The politician job is for us not to get our freedom, for us not to govern our own selves. Now, a bunch of y'all, I don't know how you is, Wallace, but you've been around a lot of presidents. But the thing is, we got to understand, if we don't change the system, the people, we are never going to change a system that is corrupted like this government. And y'all mentioned about the bondsmen and felons and all this. This system was created to keep black people as prisoners, to keep black people in bondage. Trump is a convicted felon. And yet still you don't see none of these white Democrats fighting to get this man out. And y'all as black people have saw all the things but still don't see what they're doing to us. And then we're asking our youngsters to join in with the harassment to ourselves by voting in the system that doesn't want us to succeed. And you're talking about the juvenile detention home they're starting to build. They'd rather build that than give y'all a library. So that's the thing that I keep trying to tell y'all, and I don't knock what y'all do, but please go get more information, and history is available to everybody if they want to know the truth and stop following the algorithm of what the politicians telling y'all they can change. You cannot change nothing in a system that was designed to keep black people, especially at the bottom. Now the Spanish and the Mexicans are feeling what we done felt, and what we worried about, fighting for them, and they didn't help us fight for ourselves. So we got to watch for ourselves and stop being so seductive to help other people, and then when we get them help, they turn on us. So keep talking what y'all talk, but go get a little more information, guys. We are intelligent people. We just fighting for the wrong people because every time we are voting, we
You know, Mr. Kevin, this is what we're doing now. We're trying to get educated, get some programs together to educate our young kids ourselves instead of them go somewhere else to get an education and they get miseducated. You know, this is the thing. That's why shows like yours, shows like mine, shows like Brother Jay, and all the rest of them, we are trying to educate our people, you know, and for them to have a better way of life, get them away from that past, we've been programmed to. And the only way we're going to do it if we keep talking about it.
And be about it.
That's
right.
You know, so this is what we're doing right now, Mr. Kevin.
We being about
you know, and I hear everything you're saying.
Yes.
And a lot of what you're saying, I agree with. But a lot of things that you say, I have to disagree with. And that's me.
And let me stop you right there, Mr. Wallace, because number one, I talk about voting, but neither one of y'all can tell black people what voting has done besides our ancestors died for it.
What didn't happen in the past? Listen, what didn't happen in the past is one thing. Yeah. What's going to happen for our future? This is what we got to educate our people on for our future, man. Our past is our past, and we could correct our past, but we have to do with the peace.
Doing the same thing, man. I know what you're saying about that past, but if we don't go over our history, we're going to repeat it, and we've been repeating it under these people. And we got to understand that it's up to us, the black people, the politicians, not college-educated people indoctrinated with their views. We got to be the one to change things and stop depending on other people to do what we know we need to be done in our community. I understand the government pay a bunch of black people to sell their community out, but I'm not one of those. And we got to understand that.
And neither am I.
Wallace, let me say this. Every problems that we have in our community starts in the home. The way to
No, it
correct.
starts with the government.
No,
Don't blame black people for that, sir. Don't blame
yes,
black people. The government
because-
got the black home broken up like this. Don't say it's the black home. It's the black home that didn't have guidance thanks to the government.
It's a
breaking
lack.
up the
It's
black
a lack.
family.
It's from a lack of knowledge. It's from a lack of knowledge. That's why.
Lack of knowledge, but you're still saying that is the black. It's not the black parents' fault that they don't know how to raise a child. When we had guidance, our ancestors and our grandparents was our politicians. They made sure that everything we did was according to the community, which was the black people. You didn't have to be kin to nobody. All you had to do is be in the community and listen to the rules. All I'm saying is I will never blame the black families for what's happening to the black children, because the government broke the black family up so we can lose that generational knowledge of respecting one another. Okay. So when y'all talk about that, please go do more research on that, because throughout time, this government has slowly broken the black family up, and now we believe we are part of this government, claiming Republican, claiming Democrat, claiming neither one of these white folks like us to be on the side of them. So let's be on the side of ourselves, but on the same page.
Well, Mr. Kevin, well, thank you. You know, but Mr. Kevin, you know, I feel like this here. We gonna do what we have to do, and yes, the government did break up a lot of black homes and stuff like this here. But now is the time for us to talk about it and be about it and put these black homes back together. For the lack of knowledge that we had in the past, for the dollar bill that they was floating around in our face, you know, this is what broke up our home, the dollar bill, not common sense, you know, and this is what we want.
And you say the magic word, Mr. Wallace. Our people, our community was our wealth. The minute some of us went get educated, we came back with these white people views saying we're going to start a business. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, and then we fighting for voting rights instead of our human rights. But to make that make sense, we've been voting for 200 years, and nothing has changed for black people but the next politician. And yet still, we're still saying, go vote, it don't change.
Educate our people for it to be right.
Okay, well,
okay,
we thank you. We thank you for your phone
call. We thank you for the call, Mr. Kevin. You know,
Time is winding down.
Yeah.
So I want to just say that you know, one of the things that Father McKnight used to always teach us was who owns, who controls.
That's right.
And Father McKnight,
And economics was power.
And when you use Southern consumers, it was the SEEP concept: culture, education, economics, and politics. It wasn't one thing. It was the multitude all in the co-op system. It was a concept of many people coming together to share that knowledge. And we want to use that same format at the former Truman Elementary School, where we want to, you know, the young people in Truman, we're going to have chicken coops out there. They're going to be able to sell their eggs, not at a very good price. We're going to do a farm, an okra farm. We're going to do a demonstration farm where they can sell their vegetables. Because, you see, whether or not they are learning measurements or basic electricity or basic carpentry or basic chicken farming, that's a skill that they can take with them for the rest of their lives. What's happening now, and I'm not just going to pick on Truman, in Truman, McComb, Visa at the bottom in Opelousas, on Hopkins Street in New Iberia, we have to reinvest in our young people. In 1980, you know, the system said, you go get yours. That, you know, don't do anything with community. And now what we're doing is I'm doing because of age and because of retirement and because of everything else, everybody has to make their own decision. What I've decided to do is say, okay, what are the solutions? Because we can get caught up in blaming people. We can get caught up on the problems. And we'll spend the rest of our life discussing that, as opposed to saying, hey, on Saturday mornings, I want to be at the Saturday school underneath the pavilion at Truman from 9 to 1, and we're going to have 30 young people there that's coming in, and we're going to hopefully change their lives around. So and so tomorrow we're gonna be at Truman, November the 22nd, because I know that I'll be seeing this plays a lot on the LC. So I'm gonna give the date, November the 22nd. If you're listening to us live, we're gonna be at Truman from 8:30 to 1 for a big cleanup day. All you have to do is bring yourself. And so we want to make sure, and all we're doing is just making sure before we start the construction in about a year, we want to make sure that we don't want to let it get in disrepair, because we want people to, we're going to put up lighting, we're going to clean it up, we're going to do some landscaping, because our partners have given us the resources, because we don't want it to become an eyesore, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
And we will never,
Let it be.
we will never define the area that we in as blighted or whatever. I live off of an area called Wine Alley, right off of Pierce Street. But I will never, because what we've been taught to do is to define our areas as challenged or blighted or whatever. No, I live in a neighborhood. Does the neighborhood have challenges? Yes, it does. Yes, it has challenges.
Yeah.
But it's still a neighborhood. But at 7:30, 8 o'clock, people getting up, they're going to work. I see the uniforms that they have on. They're fixing your cars. They're fixing your food. They're cleaning your hospitals. They are working. That's the neighborhood that I live in. And so we're in a neighborhood that is emerging. We're in a neighborhood that we're lifting up.
Well, the neighborhood started way back when we was confined
To the area.
to a neighborhood.
The only place
You
we
know,
can go.
yeah, that's the only place we could go, and a lot of things was right on top of each other, you know. But the thing of it is, now these people working, they doing things, they trying to upgrade their house, restaurate their yard, and
Yes.
things like this here. So you got to give them credit for that,
Yes, yes.
at least, you know.
Let me say this. You know, once a time the city had a program, and Wallace, me and you got on that conversation the other day. The city had a program that would rehab some of these houses that needed to be rehabbed. You know, we need to start a program like that somewhere down at the Truman Center.
Yes.
Matter of fact,
Well, we
Chris,
know-
Chris you was on the council.
Yes, we need
with
to make it happen.
with Walter Como. When Walter Como came into the area and built certain houses, I think it was like $35,000 a home, you know. And if a person wanted something extra in their home, they was on the a low interest
rate,
loan
yeah.
and things like this here. You know, I think when Joey Durrell got in there, all of that started going away. Now Habitat have it, you know, but they still selling homes
But it's not just
over $150,000, and that's supposed to be affordable with $1,100 mortgage every month. That's not affordable housing, you know, because some people not making that kind of money, you know, on a job that would love to have their own home that could only pay $500 or $600 a month.
Well,
You
we got a lot of people got inheritance to homes, and what happens is the home is in deplorable conditions. What we need to do is sort of see if we can rehab some of these homes to allow some of these people to take control of the inheritance.
Well, not to cut you off, you know, I've always been
And the Mike.
I've always been someone that wanted to be a part of a neighborhood that, as a homeowner, not just my property, but the neighborhood. So if you saw that your neighbor down the street needed their yard cut,
You can do it.
with their permission, go cut it.
Yes.
If you saw that your neighbor's awning on his house or her house needed to be repaired and you could do the work, go knock on the door and say, hey, would you mind if I fix it?
That's
You
right.
know, so each one teach one.
Yeah.
That's always been
Yeah.
my motto,
Yeah.
right? So we don't need, in my opinion, low interest loans. We shouldn't need the government to come in and say, we're going to give you this grant to do whatever else. You know, everybody together we have a lot. So everybody will pool their resources together, like what you want to do this weekend with going to the school and cleaning it up and making it where you guys can blow it up to where it's a center of the community. Then that's what needs to be done. But there are communities that will tag a Saturday and say we have homes or properties in our neighborhood. Let's go clean up. And then once we're done, you got one person while you clean up, the other person's on the barbecue pit barbecuing to feed the people out there.
That's what we did at the radio station.
Yeah, bring the lawnmowers, bring the weed eaters, bring the wheelbarrows for debris or whatever, put it at the road. That's what we should get to.
Yes.
It's not really a community cleanup, but they took care of the community.
Enhance our community, we call it.
Let me ask you this question.
What Mike talking about is the institution. We can tear down everything if we want. Yeah. Some of them kind of, but they are doing something. What are you doing? Yeah. Always tearing down, but you got to build up institutions.
Yeah, right. We need to tear it all down.
Chris, I know you the leader of the Truman project. How's the roof on the building?
Mm-hmm. The roof was done in 2018. So the good thing about this facility is that there were major improvements done in the last 8 years. One was the roof that was done in 2018. Then the other thing was that the chillers, which was done in 2020. So those two factors have really given us the opportunity to go in and do what we're going to call a major rehab, which is going to do the aesthetics of the building, make it ADA acceptable, make sure the bathrooms are good. And so we're working on that plan now. We're going to be at the Oasis Quarterly meeting on Tuesday night at Destiny of Faith to give them an update. We were out there for Halloween night. We want to thank the Martin Luther King Association for partnering with us to do that. And let me say this, that it's one of those things that kind of just let us know that, hey, there's a lot to do, but let us all work together. It can't be done. I want to just mention, too, our Choto, I know what time is spent, but gentrification is happening. It's happening. To Mike's point, we got a lot of work to be done, but we have a program where we did 30 roofs this year. We'll be doing 60 roofs in 2026. And all the houses has to be on the north side of Lafayette Parish, or St. Martin Parish. Those are the two parishes we're working on. So if you would like, if you have roof issues and you'd like to get a fortified roof, you can do that at 337-501-7777.
And they have to own the home. And they have to own the home.
You have to own the home.
Okay, look here. We appreciate you guys for this first hour. The hour went by fast because Oscar's sitting on the edge of the seat because he got so much he want to say right now, but the first hour is going down. I hope Chris could stay for the second hour, because the second hour is not going to be about what he's about. It's going to be about Clay Higgins.
Not just that, and what's going on around the country.
Yeah, I want to definitely stay.
Okay, so we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Give us 5 and get you a cup of coffee and come on back.
What you say, Brother Paul?
Brother Paul.